I just like to have some little something ahead of time. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? If y'all tuning in, make sure you're sharing this as soon as you tune in. As soon as you tune in. So I got my boy Shannon here with me.
You know, we in the building, Shannon Jackson. We're doing big things here in the Milwaukee area, you feel me?
Exactly. So I got my boy Shannon here, and something new that I'm adding to my live videos. Once a week, I will be interviewing an upcoming professional, whether that be an artist, whether that be a business owner, entrepreneur, you know, doesn't matter what field you're in, regardless of what it is. I'm gonna be interviewing people every week. So if you're tuning in, please share this. Hey, best friend, what's going on? Please share this. So and I'm calling this segment the On My Grind segment. So it's always going to be somebody that's moving, somebody that's doing some new things, somebody that's stepping outside of their comfort zone, accomplishing some things. But with no further ado, we gotta get Shannon introduced here. If you do not know who he is, gotta get Shannon on here. So this is Mr. Jackson's Inc. And what I'm gonna let him do is tell you a little bit about him, a little bit about his company, what he stands for, his mission statement. And this is designed just to inspire you guys. So if there's some of you out there, you're debating on following your dreams, you're debating on working on something that you love to do, hopefully this will give you some inspiration, because we're gonna keep this thing going. If you're tuning in, if you're tuning in, please share this. Feel free to ask any questions as they pop up when we can. You know, we will be answering questions. And thank y'all for sharing, because I see you doing that already.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So starting off here, can you let them know?
Yeah.
Let them know, if they don't already know, what is Jackson's Inc? What is Jackson's Inc to you? What do you do? Who are you? What is your movement? Yeah. What is your mission?
All right. So basically, y'all, Jackson Inc is something that I derived from my growing up in finding out who I am. And I'm going to kind of jump around. I'm gonna go to the mission first, and I'm gonna kind of expound on what Jackson Inc is. My mission is to help people find their aesthetic. And the aesthetic is how you go about your daily life, how you go about doing the things that you do, how you put together the things that you want to do. So the biggest thing that I do on YouTube right now, my YouTube channel, I'll focus on fashion, because I love fashion. And with fashion, it has such a, with men especially, it has such a negative connotation, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, we can all find our own way of doing things. We can all find our own way of being ourselves and being individuals and being unique and not necessarily fitting a mold. So if you see me, I'm 6'4", 140 pounds, you feel me? Like, I'm a real little guy. So I enjoy to find things to wear that fits my body type in a flattering way. And I be trying to show people how to do that, whether you 140, whether you 160, whether you 290, you don't have to fit a mold of dressing. You can do what you want to do as long as you're not wearing something that's too small, wearing something that's too big, and not being so comfortable. Like, living in a comfort allows you to stay in a box. And if you want to step out and do anything great, you got to step out of that comfort zone and do things that you didn't think you would be able to do, that may be uncomfortable, that may feel weird. People gonna stare, people gonna look, people gonna talk, people gonna have stuff to say. I was walking into the building right now and I got stared at the whole way, because people not used to seeing somebody dressed like me. And it's not like I'm so different, but I'm just doing my own thing. So that's really my mission, to help people find their aesthetic, help people find their way of doing things, their way of dressing, their way of stepping out business-wise, going to school, just finding a lane and not necessarily feeling like you gotta do it the traditional way, like you gotta 9 to 5 it, or you gotta work in the call center because you didn't go to college. Like, I don't hold a college degree either. But if you're not gonna go to college, you gotta grind. Like, you gotta get out here in these streets and do what it is that you wanna do, or you're gonna be left behind. And there's no shots to people that's working regular jobs. Like, if you happy, do it. But if you ain't happy, get out and do something else.
Most definitely.
Like, get out and do something else.
I think that's so powerful what you said, and I talk about it all the time, how important it is for us to step out of our comfort zones. Because many of us, most of us actually, we do live in this box, you know. We work those 9 to 5s. We come home, we go to sleep because we're tired. We get up, we go to work, we come home, we go to sleep because we're tired, and that's all we do. And if that's the routine that we're going to continue to take, then we're going to continue to have the same results that we currently have. So I think it's so powerful that you put emphasis in fashion and in so many ways of how we can have our own aesthetics. You know, we can be our own brand. And since I just mentioned brand, tell me what inspired you to actually step out on faith and create your own brand.
Just like I said, I went to college, I started, stopped. And it's like, yo, my sister went to college, she went right out of high school, she went to Howard, and I watched my sister grind. Like, she went out there for 2 years and she had to come home for a semester, but it was only that semester. Like, she came back, she worked at Perkins, and she worked at Cousins. She worked 2 jobs, got her money up, went right back, and been grinding ever since. Like, she worked for the Department of Justice, and I watched her work in that mode, and it was cool because she's a very intelligent woman. Like, she can move and shake, and she know the legal system and how it works. But then she started acting, and she started modeling, and I watched her transition, and it's like, yo, she stepped away from that comfortable job, making real good money, having benefits and having connects and different things like that, to start acting.
Right.
And it ain't been easy all the way through. She's been in shows, she's been in TV shows, and she's been doing this and she's been doing that, but it's been a up and down thing, but she happy. You feel me?
That's
and
awesome.
I looked at that like, I need that.
Yeah.
Like, I started out writing. I have a book that's still unpublished, but I was doing that, and it's like, okay, this is cool, but I'm still trying to go to school, you know? And it's like, okay, well, then I got into videography. I've been editing videos and shooting videos since I was like 11. And I'm like, I love that. And then I got into art, and it's like, I love that. And then I got into photography, and it's like, yo, this artistic expression is where I need to live my life. Like, this is where I need to be. So that pushed me to be different, and I've been weaning off my job for a while now. It's like, okay, I'm working less. Like, okay, I'll take off if I need a shoot. Like, if it's a shoot coming, I'm taking off because I'm there. And it's like, this has been kind of my adrenaline push. Like, okay, I need to get out here in these streets. I need to let people know who I am. I need to promote. I need to step out of my comfort zone because I'm a shy person.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people may not know that who know me because they used to seeing me out in people's face talking in front of stuff. Even this isn't the most comfortable thing for me to do, but I know if don't nobody know me, then I'm gonna be broke.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like, I need to be out here.
Exactly. Yep, you're absolutely right about that. And I just think that it's a blessing to be able to have such an experience right in front of your face. You know, you can see that transformation, and that is inspiring alone. So how long exactly have you been doing your journey, or how long have you been utilizing your skills that you have, that you do now? And of those, what would you say is the best part? What makes you just go crazy?
Well, like I told you before, I've been editing since I was like 11, and I started that at the church I go to, Jericho Church Without Walls.
Right.
But yeah, I've been editing there for a while, and it really was, I didn't know what all filmmaking was. Like, I didn't know all the ins and outs that it took to be a great filmmaker. Like, I just thought people was behind the camera and they was just doing their thing. So once I started to learn and watch YouTube videos and go on set and do different things, I started to be able to love it more. And because the main things I do, I make films and I'm a photographer. That's my 2 things that I do. The fashion and the art is more of a hobby. So I would just talk more about the filmmaking and the photography. Once I realized that was something I wanted to do, was my first shoot. And I shot, it's 2 models named Tiara and the other name is Ann. And I learned so much on that shoot just by being in an unfamiliar situation. I always tell people when I mentor them, there's only so much of the game you can learn studying the plays.
Right.
Like, and what I mean by that, you can watch as many YouTube videos as you want to watch. You can go to as many seminars as you want to go to. You can go to as many events as you want to be at. There's only so much of the game you can learn until you start playing, until you get on the court. So that shoot taught me so much. I made a whole bunch of mistakes. I didn't have water for the models. I didn't have like stuff that I needed, but I learned. And that gave me the hunger to keep learning.
Exactly. That's awesome. So with that, what would you say is the hardest thing? Because it sounds to me like you just took what could have been negative and made it into a positive, which is what we have to learn how to do, especially as entrepreneurs. Because no matter what, we're going to fail at times. We're going to not give our best at times. We're going to have times where we're just going to learn. This was just a learning experience. And as long as we can accept it as that, I feel like that makes it more beneficial. It brings it more value. But what would you say is the hardest part? You know, what is something, the biggest struggles that you have, or as an entrepreneur, what is something that you feel you may have lacked before?
The biggest struggle, and any entrepreneurs on here, I'm sure y'all can feel this, working when it don't look like it's working.
Right.
You feel me? Like continuing to wake up and grind, like, yo, I didn't go to work today, I missed X amount of dollars.
Right.
And then the shoot got canceled.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what now? Right. And before it would be, well, I'm just struggling, you feel me? But now I'm learning through patience, being creative. Like my pastor always tell us, you don't necessarily have to have the answer, but you just have to be willing to do the creative thing. So it's like, okay, I missed all that money, whatever it was, how am I make it up? Right. Instead of pouting and getting on Facebook ranting about who didn't come or this person OC for canceling and this and that, it's like, okay, I need to make up that money. Right. So that's been the hardest thing. Like when the disappointment happens, turning the page right away. Yeah. Because I don't know nobody who get paid by complaining. Right. Or get paid by doing any of that. Complaining never paid nobody. Stress never paid nobody. Right. Worry never paid nobody. Right.
Exactly. Yep. I think you're absolutely right with that. And with that, just as an add-on, if there's somebody out there right now, they're giving us hearts because they must like what we're doing. So thank y'all.
I appreciate that. Add y'all questions, yo. We paying attention. Like I love to answer any questions y'all got.
Yep. Ask any questions. So since people are watching, and it's people out here that all they see themselves doing is dreaming. They see themselves dreaming. They want to live a certain lifestyle, but they're not doing what it takes to create that lifestyle. What type of advice would you give somebody that is just so afraid to step out of their comfort zone, so afraid of doing something different, you know, not doing the traditional or what's the routine? What type of advice can you give somebody that says that they want to be in a different place than they are now, but they're not?
Well, first of all, shout out to the dreamers, because like it start by dreaming. Like you gotta have a dream off rip. But once you have your dream, to move it from a reality is you have to have action. Right. You have to know what you want to do. A lot of the people that I listen to, a lot of the mentors I have that I respect, one of them, Dr. Melissa Bonds, giving her a quick shout out. Look her up. She's really dope with a lot of planning and different things like that. You have to know your why. Why are you doing it? Why is this important to you? What is this gonna be? Because if you wanna make money, that's cool if that's your why. But say your why is to travel. Like, if you could travel without money, your why is, I'm grinding so I can travel. Or I'm grinding so I can relax. Or I'm grinding so my kids don't have to struggle. So you gotta know that importance, because if it's not important to you, you can wake up and be like, well, I don't feel like getting up. It's 5:30, like I'm not finna get up. Or I'm gonna snooze my alarm a couple times, or I don't feel like going to that meeting. So that action step to knowing my why will take your dream from a fantasy to a reality. And the second thing I want to say is stop wishing. Like if you wishing, I wish I had more money, or I wish I had more time, or I wish I had an opportunity. That's not going to create the opportunity. It's like, okay, what do I need to do to be prepared? Well, I just had a homegirl I was meeting with a couple weeks ago, and she was starting a business. I'm just dropping names. Pilar, Simply Styled.
Keep dropping.
Check her out, you know what I'm saying? Check her out, because she do dope braids. You have your edges together, you feel me? Look her up, you feel me? But I was meeting with her, and I was telling her, like, yo, if you prepare for that conversation with that millionaire that's gonna finance your business, when it happens, you'll be ready. So if we having an event and somebody walk up to me like, Shannon, what you need? And I'm like, hold on, let me get back to you. My opportunity just left. So you gotta be rehearsing what it is that you need, so when I walk up to you like, hey, I'm appreciating your grind. What could you use to move forward? Well, I need the Canon
Yeah.
5D Mark IV.
Yeah.
I need the Movi Pro stabilizer. I need 2 battery packs. I need the Sigma
Yep.
Art 35mm 1.4. See, I'm
Yep.
running off
Exactly.
the list. So they're like, are you ready?
Exactly. And what they say if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
Hey.
And that is the name of the game, definitely, especially in the world of entrepreneurship, because you can run into anybody at any given time. At any given time. You don't know who these people are. You can run into somebody that knows somebody that you need to know. And if you are not ready, if you don't know what you want, then you're wasting your time.
Let me, quick point on that. Never discount the people that you see. Like, we are notorious for burning bridges and slander and stuff like that, and you don't know these people that could be connected to you. You don't know what this situation that you involved yourself in, or this person that you sent off, or this bad business deal, because I've been guilty of this. Like, well, whatever, I don't care. Like, you wrong, so whatever. But I don't know down the line who that person knows.
Right.
And now I get into a situation where I'm in a contract negotiation with another person, and then it blocks, this gets blocked because of something I did with
Yep.
somebody else, and I didn't know that they knew each other.
Yep.
So be making sure that you're always carrying your business with integrity
Yep.
and being nice to people and being cordial to people, because you don't know who you're gonna need. You don't know who people know. I may not look like I know a whole lot of people, but I can open a lot of doors.
Yes, most definitely.
And you don't know that.
Most definitely. And that's the thing that a lot of people have to, stop trying to discriminate and figure out, okay, this is a big person and this is a little person. This is a big person and this is a little person. That little person might know so many big people,
Man.
and now you done missed your big opportunity because you thought that was a little person.
And you
didn't
discounted
even
that.
know who was in front of your face. So yeah, I think that's amazing. I want you to give right now on live. I want you to let them know
Yeah,
one
Pam, tell them
person.
stay ready.
Right. Let them know one person that you would like to collab with that you haven't. This doesn't have to be a local person. It could be somebody that you're looking forward to collabing in way in the future or right now. It doesn't matter. Who are you looking to collab with right now?
Well, I had a dream one day that I was gonna be able to just be on like a super huge movie set, and I think a director that I would want to collab with would be Steven Spielberg, because he is dope. Him and like Quentin Tarantino, those type of people, I like how they put stuff together. And when we were in prep for this, you asked me that question. I was thinking of something small, and I went super big, because I want to continue to tell myself that it's possible.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's possible to get on a big movie set, and I put that out there for y'all, because y'all got to continue to tell yourself, oh, it's possible for me. When it's not looking good, okay, it's possible for me.
Most
okay,
definitely.
my car is messed up. Oh, it's possible. Like, have your dream before you all the time.
All the time.
Rehearse it. Talk it like it's happening now. What you got to lose?
Right.
Like, what you got to lose for real?
Yep.
Like, you can either talk negatively or you can talk positively. Your faith gonna work regardless. And if you look over your life, I'm sure you'll see. If you're somebody who speaks negatively about your thing, and it doesn't have to be drastic negativity,
Nope.
like small things of doubt
Yep.
will creep up in your mind, and you have to tell yourself, like, no. My dream is happening. It's
Yep.
happening now. Like,
Yep.
it's currently happening. I'm on my way to my 6-figure job, or oh, you heard the alarm? Oh, that's my Audi outside. It may not be. It may be your 96 Ford Taurus. But to let them laugh.
Exactly.
Like, let them laugh.
Yep, most definitely. I mean, there's so much power. First of all, even just the law of attraction. You are what you think at the end of the day. So if you're thinking those negative things, and even if you think it's a small negative situation, that can evolve into a bigger negative. Hence, speak life. You know what I mean? That's Proverbs 18 and 21.
Can you tell us a little about that?
Proverbs 18 and 21. Death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So therefore, you are what you speak. You are what you think. You are what you speak. So if you're continuously speaking negative things, expect negative things to come up. But if you can continuously expect positive things, you will see those positive things manifest in your life. I made a status earlier today, going back off of what you said. Made a status earlier today, and it said, faith and fear can't fit in the same room. Because it really can't. You can't sit here and say that you believe something, yet you're still doubting. That doesn't even work. So you have to either go full force in believing, or you might as well go full force in doubting. Because if you have that doubt, that's what's going to take over your mind. So we got to keep our minds open and make sure we stay focused on the vision. Last question for you. Last question for you. Who do you want the world to remember you as? What do you want them to remember you as?
I want them to remember me as a creative that did it his own way. And what I mean by did it his own way, not being self-made.
Right.
Because everything that I'm able to do, God allowed me to do.
Oh, yeah.
He gave me the ability to do. But I want people to know that I was able to do it in a way that didn't necessarily match what everybody thought was okay, because that allows people to know that it wasn't me.
Right.
Like I know that probably sounds real cryptic. So what I'm saying is God gets glory. And it's like, okay, he brought me from being broke, or he brought me from being not having a college degree,
right,
or he brought me from not knowing nothing to being something, and continuing to always keep the vision before me and allowing and bringing people with me. I've always been told that you have 3 types of relationships. You have people in front of you, people where you are, and people below you.
Right.
And I think a lot of times we want to have the people where we are so we can be the smartest person in the room. But if you're the smartest person in the room, you'll never know anything.
Exactly.
Or you'll never know anything new because you have nobody around you that can teach you.
Yep.
So you have people that's in front of you, it's like, okay, you having it.
Yep.
Like you where I want to be. And then you have people below you that you don't leave there. Like you bring them with you.
Bring them up.
You bring them to your level, or you bring them to the level that you just left.
Yeah.
And they continue to push you.
Yep. Yeah, Ty Lopez touched on that. I watch his videos sometimes from time to time, and he was talking about the 33% rule, and it was just what you said. 33% of your time should be spent with somebody that you can look up to. 33% of your time should be spent with people that you can, collaborate with and, just bounce off each other. And 33% of your time should be spent helping somebody else. And I think that is so powerful just because of how powerful connections are, but to actually be able to elevate your mind, produce that leadership, and then be in a position where you can take advantage of opportunities that weren't presented to you until you got this person in your face, in your circle. So I think that's amazing. I want to thank you for coming here.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for joining me. You are my very first interview live, so I appreciate that. I will be posting this on my YouTube. Let them know where they can find you. Let them know I did tag you in this video so they can find you there. Let them know everything. Plug yourself to the fullest right now.
Oh, you already know. My Facebook is Shannon Jackson. You can just keep updated there. My Snapchat is Shan Doogly. I'll put that in the comment section so y'all don't have to spell it for you, so you can have it all right and ready to go. And then my Instagram is Shannon's World _Shannon's World. So on those things, I just really like to push what I'm doing and push other people. I'm a big believer in support. I'm a big believer in help. I'm a big believer in collaborations and getting people together to do big things, because we're great and we all have individual greatness, but the greatness can never reach its full potential until you link with somebody else, like we're doing here.
Most definitely.
So I'm always open for collaborations. I'm always open to work with new photographers, new videographers, and people who really trying to get into it, new models, new people in fashion, and just continuing to push forth greatness, because we were all made to be great in our own particular way. Everybody not gonna win, and we know that, not because they can't win, but because they won't put the effort in to win. So it's a lot of residual winning that we can pick up on, because it's just out there for us to have. So keep grinding, man. Follow me. I appreciate all the follows and all the support. I appreciate everybody dropping in, watching and listening to what I got to say. Like, I'm not the smartest person, but I do know a little something, and I like to give people what I know. So I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that every time you tune in, hit that share button. We're trying to touch and reach as many lives as we can, and we know that we can, especially when we're doing it together. So once again, if you guys want to collab, hit him up. If you want to collab with me, hit me up. If you need me to do an interview on you, hit me up. Let me know what you're doing. We got to get out here. We got to get the stuff going.
One more quick thing about supporting. When you support somebody else's vision, then that will make room for people to support yours. So maybe you may not necessarily be on camera, during this time, or you may not be connected to SpeakLife, or you may not be connected to Jackson Inc. or none of the other business owners that will continue to be on this forum, but your support goes a long way, and it makes room for other people to support what you're trying to do. And I hope we inspired you to do new things and do something and step out, so then you can have that opportunity for somebody to support, somebody to push your event, somebody to show up, somebody to spread your flyer. Do it like it's yours. take ownership. Like, okay, I'm gonna support, like, I need somebody to support me, because we on our way to support your thing right now.
Yep.
As soon as you put it out there, we gonna see it like, oh yeah, Stamp, we good. We gonna share that.
Yep, and we got to get better with that, especially in Milwaukee, because there's so many people out here doing some amazing things, but we're so focused on doing it individually instead of coming together collectively as a unit, because we could do so much. I mean, if I can move 10,000 people along with you, I can move how many?
That's 20.
With them, we can move how many?
All the people, man.
I mean, we can do so much. So let's just keep the love going. I thank y'all. Appreciate you guys for stopping in, tuning in. Stay tuned. Tomorrow is Saturday, so be looking out for that Ask Steph. I'm going to invite her to join me live. She'll be touching on a question that I have, more so about relationships. And so y'all just stay tuned. We're going to talk about self-love and everything. So we're going to keep this thing going. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to share. Peace.